There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo, folks, welcome to the latest and the greatest from the Yonko table. That is the voice of Grandmaster Hoop coming at you from the streets of Flea Bottoms, because we're out here screaming, long live Rhaenyra, long live the Black Queen, because she feeding us in these streets. We going hungry, but she getting us food. Because that's right, folks, we're here to talk about episode 6 of season 2, The Smallfolk, of the hit HBO series House of the Dragon, which is a spin-off of the hit HBO series Game of Thrones that looks to detail the great Targaryen Civil War. And yeah, we're here for a 6th outing covering season 2, promptly called The Smallfolk. We'll get into why it is called The Smallfolk, but we have 2 more episodes before the grand season finale. And we're here to discuss. With me, as always, is DrJaceAttorney. DrJaceAttorney, are you screaming in the streets, long live Rhaenyra, or are you still giving your loyalty to the usurper?
Oi, there goes the Queen of Fishes! There's my response.
Not a pescatarian, huh?
Not at all.
You want some meat?
I'll throw it at Allison's face.
I mean, fish is good. That's kind of mean.
Not raw fish.
They didn't have to do all that, but I get it.
We're hungry!
Right, because she's going to feed them all right then and there.
Why you all dressed up in your fancy cars, coming down to pray while we're starving?
Rioting is the voice of the oppressed. We'll come back to that. But let's see who else is joining our small council tonight to discuss the happenings of Westeros. All right, Dr. Mondo, at 2, are you screaming, long live Rhaenyra, the Black Queen?
Well, I think I'm still team Rhaenyra, and yeah, I like this episode a lot more on the calmer side, and a lot. But again, this is what good dialogue, a good script does. It's just like you don't need action to have me glued on the edge of my seat. Just the tension of the words. That's all I need, and this show does a masterful job at that.
Funny enough, we have people commenting on our stuff saying how they want more action, and in which I understand. You know, Game of Thrones definitely delivers on action set pieces, even smaller scale, like one-on-one battles and whatnot. But I'm like, yeah, it's all about the build-up. Like, if you don't have that proper build-up, I could care less about the action scenes.
I think I see this season, at least, let's say, and it's kind of fitting because it's a war, right? I see this season almost as a game of chess between 2 sides. And, you know, in the game of chess, the setup is important. How you try to get the center, to get the best of your opponent, and then you go for the kill. And that's kind of like how I feel like how this show is going. They're just moving the pawns, they're moving the rooks, they're moving the knights. And now the queen may come out, which is Rhaenyra, you know, just to... because she wants to get on her dragon and just fight it off.
Hey, sometimes you got to send out your queen. But I guess in Rhaenyra's case, she's doubling as a queen and the king in this game of chess.
Although the king is useless in a game of chess, to be honest.
True. Well, not as powerful, but obviously, you know, capture the king.
You lose if you lose it.
Right. But yeah, no, I think people often forget, like, once this war really gets going, it's just going to be the death of the dragons.
Yeah.
Like, the dragons don't walk out of this.
It's a war and I think they've highlighted it in other episodes. I think Rhaenyra said it. It's almost like a war of mutually assured destruction.
Absolutely.
That's how she described it. It's like a war with dragons. That's mutually assured destruction. You don't come out of this alive.
Yeah, no, and then people will become sad when they see these great big gods, as some like to call them, just go crashing in flames. And I mean, that I'm sure once it reaches that point, they will get the action nonstop. But this buildup, I think, has been great. Dr. Jace, are you with the build up, the dialogue, the goings on of King's Landing, the realm, or are you just itching for some sword clashing, some Dracarys? What do you want?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I know which people you're talking about on our socials where they're like, action, I want people's heads to get cut off. And I'm like, okay, no, relax. That's not what Game of Thrones is. Even though it peaks when it gets there, a lot of what Game of Thrones I like about is their political machinations and what's going on with like all the different houses and the people in power. But at the same time, I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like the last 2 episodes for me were not as engaging as the first 2. And I think part of that, maybe, just maybe, is the absence of Otto Hightower, which, he may be coming back. I don't know if he is, but there's something missing with all this. Cause like whenever I see Daemon having his nightmares, I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. Go ahead, have your dreams of Viserys. I should have been there for you, brother. I should have been there.
I can definitely see where you're coming from there.
It's like
definitely you have the little. Honestly, he's kind of like the little finger, in many ways. That that presence that he has. He's so freaking smart. He's always concocting some plot. You don't know what the hell he's doing, what the hell he's thinking of. It's something big. It's something very underhanded, and he's playing 3D chess with everyone.
He really is, and like it goes back to like how even those small council meetings go. Now that room is getting smaller and smaller, and because it's getting smaller, you have less engaging players that feed into that debate that you watch Game of Thrones for. You moved out Otto Hightower. Sir Kristen Cole is off doing something somewhere else. Alicent's now kicked off, and it's like I'm just in an echo chamber with Aemond.
But I think it just highlights, how powerful he really was, how influential he really was, how he used his mind, like his political knowledge and all that to really keep everyone together in that sense. But I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, and it's not
bad. I'm just in the middle. I'm in the middle with it.
And I do agree there are some things that have been overdrawn. I think Daemon's nightmares, I get them, but I feel that they've been drawn out a little bit, or at least for now. Maybe next episode and the next we'll kind of like highlight a little bit why it was dragged out so much. But that's like my only little irksome thing.
Let's dial it back here. Let's go ahead and do our realm check-ins of our teams, our third parties, and let's get into the happenings of what we're talking about here. Y'all already alluded to some good stuff. I always say let's check in with the greens first. I think the greens usually have a good amount of stuff going on.
He summons me with haste.
All right, first things first.
I thought that was funny. I like the line.
No, it was a great line. Well, before we even got to that line, we saw Jason Lannister. He has lions. Did they kill all the lions in Game of Thrones? I guess so.
I thought that was an interesting find. I was like, wow, look at that. A normal beast that exists in their world. That's not like a dragon or a wolf.
That is their symbol.
It's a lion. Like, there's a lion on their banner that we've always seen, but then I go back and question, have we ever really seen a lion
Nope.
in Game?
Nope.
Have we ever seen a giant squid from the Greyjoys?
Actually, I was literally just thinking, maybe there were, maybe 100 plus years ago, maybe there was a giant kraken.
Is that a clue that we'll see the Kraken in this show?
I mean, it's a different time. It's a different time.
It's fantastical. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
I cool little thing. I was just like, okay, they got 2 lions. But they got to be caged, so I guess they're not like dragons. You know, it's like a lion doesn't choose you.
Are they battlefield lions? Do they just open the cage onto the field?
I don't know.
What do they bring them for? What are they gonna do?
Maybe just, to rally the troops. The lions there.
Rally
the troops.
I think those lions are just gonna go ahead and hunt and eat whatever the hell they want.
They need them to be the, what's it called, the marigold lions from the cinema production line where they do the roar, right?
The Metro Goldwyn lion.
Metro Gold, yeah. Yes, the MGM lion. They need him to do the roar. Do the roar.
Maybe do the roar. Maybe. But yes. And again, I hate this dude, Jason Lannister. Yes, as bold to say, hey, we're not making a move without you, Aemon, and specifically Vhagar. This dude's a prick. I never like him. But yes, Aemon's line delivery here. He's like, I'm regent. How dare he? It's
like Vagar's gonna be the less of his worries.
Well, the crown. He's seems to be sitting pretty heavy on his head. He's like, do they not remember what I am? I'm the regent. I'm in charge. You can't command me. I think he, although he may be regent, people really kind of aren't looking at him as a source of power, more of Vhagar and more of a tool versus an actual, hey, we're actually bowing to you. It's more of we're bowing to the powers that would be that you possess. So I feel he's at a constant kind of struggle and climb to this role of king.
Yeah, and I think it's because the role of king, it would kind of be a power that's his own, right? Because right now, he's feared because of Vhagar. And him being king, it's like when you're on the throne, Vhagar's not there with you. So I don't know if it's that but yeah, it was a really good line delivery. I agree. I like that scene.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I really like the actor. The actor, I've seen him before in The Last Kingdom. Great job.
Oh yeah, no, he's chewing it up. Ewan is his name. Ewan Mitchell, I believe, is his name. He's doing a good job. And then more to this idea of just kind of, if he's going to assume the role, he's got to clean up shop. He's got to make some moves on this council here. This was a power move for sure. Shaking things up.
Mother, a word.
Remind me of your place on this council.
Oh.
I mean, does he have a point?
He does, unfortunately. I mean, she deserves to be there, but I guess it's
perfect karma. It's perfect karma. What's going
to
on
Alicent?
There? Yeah, it's karma.
She deserved this.
She deserves it.
From her own son.
He was the favorite.
He was the favorite. I forgot about that.
She basically said, this is how you repay me. She said a really good line too with regards to
his vengeance.
Yeah, his vengeance, right. Damn, it's hard for me to catch some of these lines without rewinding, but I missed this one. But it was a really good point as far as, is this all in the name of your vengeance that from way back when with the eye situation? And honestly, it is. He's pure villain mode, Aemon, now. I cannot see him as anything else but a villain at this point. So whether it's vengeance or
I think
whatever.
it's not only vengeance for the eye, right? Because like Aemond, he was also teased by his brother, by Aegon.
Yes, Aegon is a bully, correct.
Like Aegon was a bully with him because you don't have a dragon, like you're kind of weird, etc., etc., etc. And now it's like, I have the strongest dragon. I have the strongest weapon. It's like, I'm a capable warrior. So it's like in his mind, he's kind of like, yeah, like I would make a better king than you.
Oh no, he knows he would make a better king.
He knows he would make a better king, and then you have this part, right?
But I said it last week though. He's still young, and you can see why he's actually not. Yeah, he's not truly the best suited. Although he studies and he's making straight A's in High Valyrian. Just look at what he had to do to get here, and then how he's handling kind of the situation of King's Landing.
And they're saying it throughout the episode, the impetuousness of youth. Like you're rebellious, you're young as hell, you might be very smart, but you have zero experience, and you're out for blood. Like that's what you want.
He is.
And dare I say, he's so fixated on the war and winning this war. Like he's like, if my uncle will dare face me, he's like ready to go at it with Daemon and really prove himself. But
to prove himself to be the superior Daemon.
Right. Which again, Aemon is just Daemon almost backwards.
Oh, you moved the D to the beginning?
Yes. Correct.
Wow, clever.
Mm-hmm.
That's
but
nice.
He's so fixated on the war, he's neglecting the small folk. Yep. And King's Landing is in an uprising. And who comes in and tells him you need to do something about this? Sir Larys. Sir Larys. Sir Larys. And way back when I said Aegon would be smart to make him king if he's kicking out Otto Hightower. And Aegon said, no, it'll be Cole. It'll be Cole. And then look at here, Larys makes his big move, makes his big play to be hand of the king. This was one of the funniest scenes.
This was really funny. It's like, thank you, my liege. Whoa. I didn't tell you to be my hand. You're going to search for my hand.
No, he said, not you, you toad. That was so insulting.
A toad? I was like, oh my.
It's just such a measly creature where it's like he's basically throwing it back in his face. Like, how dare you even have the audacity of assuming I was referring to you? That was funny. That was funny.
No, this was hilarious. Larys thought he had it in the bag. He said,
"Well, of course, my liege. I mean, if you dare name me Hand of the King, of course I will honor the duty."
After he literally just pointed out the fact that he's like, you're a master of whisperers, you do this shady shit, and he's like, but I do see your use. And he said, as a delivery boy, send word to my grandsire.
Bring him back.
And I was like, oh, and I was like, yes, to what y'all were saying earlier. Otto is a presence that shakes up and stirs up shit that's going on. So I welcome it. But just thinking about it, I'm like, damn, how many times is Otto going to get kicked out of being hand of the king to be wrapped back in?
No, I just see Otto Hightower. It's like, took you long enough. I've been waiting.
Well, no, I like that they've sent for him, but they have not gotten word back at all from Otto. And I think this is a deliberate play from him where he's like, no, they got rid of me. Let's see how far this goes. And he's just going to let it simmer until shit hits the fan more. And then exactly.
He'll be like, let me fix this shit.
No, we can't keep relating a lot of this stuff back to Avengers. It's Thanos when he says, you could not live with your own failure. And where did that bring you? Back to me.
Gross.
His grandsons are failing for the most part.
They really
I mean, they're
are.
doing good. They're winning. They're clearly winning as of right now.
But at what cost?
But like, yeah, there's some check boxes they are completely missing. So someone like Otto would probably be able to. I feel he would have an eye for every checkbox. Like, free folk aren't eating. I'm sorry, not the free folk.
It's
The
not
small
even.
folk.
It's not Eamon's fault. He only has a single eye, yo. It's like, come on.
Wow.
He
So you're
can't
gonna
see
handicap him?
clearly.
Oh wow, is that what we're doing?
He
Well-
can't see his mistakes that he's making.
Yeah.
Maybe, or is he just blinded by vengeance?
Yeah.
Because we
Impaired
get this
depth-
scene.
impaired depth perception as well, but you know,
The boy is blinded.
quite literally.
Orwell comes in and he says, you know, the king, you know, he will recover. He won't ever be the same, but he will recover. And Eamon's like,
Ah,
let me
damn
go
it.
see for myself, you know. Let
It's
me
like,
go.
What do you remember?
This was a good scene too, because again, it's like if someone would just kind of walk. He said, "I'd like to speak to my brother alone. Don't leave this man alone. Don't leave him alone. This was a bad idea." Now the question is, do you think Aegon says he remembers nothing because he just fears? Was this
I think this
he
was
doesn't
fear.
remember, or is this fear?
No, this was definitely
think
fear. Oh,
This was definitely
I would have
fear.
said it was actually his memory after the first response, but then when Aemon pressed him and the second time that he said, I don't remember anything, I felt like that was like he was reassuring him, I don't remember anything. I promise I won't say anything to anyone. Just get out, because he's in fear. He's in genuine
pain,
fear
too.
and in pain. Can you get off me, please? So yeah, 100%. He remembers. He remembers.
What do you do as Aegon in this position? If Aegon recovers enough to where he can voice, you know, and make actual, you know, elongated thoughts into sentence, do you step to Aemon at this point?
You have to use Laris to your
Yeah.
advantage, which there's kind of inklings of that here, but I think Laris is his only hope, because Laris sees exactly what Aemon is doing to him. He's like, well, if he's not going to name me Hand of the King, well, time to put
Well,
this
he-
other bastard back into power.
Well, because Lars also said, Kristen Cole is not visiting the king because he's so damn ashamed of what happened. Time for me to toad hop my way
Wow,
in
problematic.
there. Oh, why? Because he's got a club foot?
Problematic.
Wow, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, 100%. That's what you meant. 100%. Why would you choose that? Why would you use that wording for him
He
of all
called
people?
him a toad. He called him a toad.
No, too late. It's too late.
Problematic.
Very.
Grandmaster. Ashamed.
Whatever.
The
Shame.
doctor has given his diagnosis.
Shame.
Oh goodness. But yes, Lars. I mean, at this rate, because mother has no power, so he no real help confiding in Alicent. But yeah, I guess. I mean, look, Lars has done a lot more with a lot less. You know, Alicent can just mere mentioning of how it would be better off if the other Strongs were dead in season 1. He said, "Say less." Burns down his family home with his father and brother locked in there. Imagine what he might do to someone like Aemon.
No. And I think there's also, so definitely Laris is doing this one for his own
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Everything
own
is
reasons.
Yeah.
In like, I want more power. 2, Aemon was kind of a dick to me. So this is like, you know, I have no goodwill towards him. And 3, he does feel a sort of kinship with Aegon. As he tells, like, in his speech, it's like, yeah, like, I'm the only one that understands what you're going through.
Well, this is something he could not relate to before. Now he can.
Now he
Yes.
can. And it's like, I think it's like, not saying that that's the only reason, but definitely I think it adds more fuel to the fire.
Oh, it's great leverage for
It's great
Laris.
leverage. And I
Yeah.
think it's it's also his way, like, I want you to fully trust me. So how can I make you to fully trust me? I'm in your shoes, dude. I know exactly what you're going to. No one here does.
Well, exactly what you will go through.
What you're going through and what you will. I can tell you what's going to happen. And Aegon is afraid, and he's like, help me. He tells him, help me. And Lars is like, say no more, my sweet child. Say no more.
It's like it's this really thin line that Game of Thrones, I feel, always does a really good job at, of where it's like, damn, that's real, everything Lars just said, and the relatability is real, but you know he's a bastard and he's gonna take advantage.
No, it's like they're like, that's, I think, what makes like a good politician. It's like they're going to insert truths in between what they're saying, you know? And Lars is putting some truths there, but there's a lot of webs around it. There's a lot of fluff, and that's the fluff that a lot of people don't see, right? And those are his own reasons, his own machinations, his own agenda. And yes, I agree. Game of Thrones does an amazing job when it comes to this.
It'll be interesting to see where this goes, because he said, hey, put that down. You're mine. I need you right here when I talk to you.
I need you sharp, man. I need you sharp.
It hurts.
He said, I know it hurts. And you know what? It's gonna keep hurting, but you're gonna listen. Okay. We gonna get that bitch of a brother of yours, okay? So just relax and listen to what I gotta say.
It's like Uncle Lars got some knowledge to drop here.
This was good. No, it was good. It was good. And then really from here, mostly we check in with Alicent as, again, slowly but surely each episode, I think she loses more and more power. So, she's dismissed here.
Karma. It's karma. Like, you dismissed Rhaenyra completely. Her power, her everything, her station. And like, because of your children. And guess what happened? Those same children have backstabbed you. They've left you
backstabbers. Those backstabbers. It be your own kin, huh?
Yeah. And yeah, like, you reap what you sow.
Well, it's also interesting too, because it's interesting. She seeks comfort with Helena. Helena is not this, piece of shit, right?
She's crazy. She's crazy. She's trouble.
She's crazy. She's
sure.
crazy.
But even Rhaenyra said it. It's like, damn, like, she's the only good one.
Well, and speaking of only good one, she checks in with her brother, talking about Daron, who we have yet to meet Daron.
True.
And, she's genuinely concerned about his well-being, and she's wondering if he grew up like Aegon and Aemon.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he did not. And apparently
very kind.
He's very kind. He's good with women. And yeah, he plays the lute.
And he's a great swordsman as well.
He seems like a really well-rounded individual.
He's a Chad.
He's a
Chad. And you know what the big difference is as far as why he came up like that?
He's not in the Red Keep.
Maybe Alicent's a bad mother. I don't know.
Wow.
Is it what?
You could just say the surrounding, just growing up in that area.
Well, look at how Rhaenyra grew up. She grew up just fine. She had a good mother. But I obviously, Alicent was always in a position where she was to be a producer of heirs before I think she was supposed to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
She was put up with Viserys with the one goal of producing male heirs. There was no other reason for him to remarry. So, and also she didn't grow up with a mother either.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
guess
right.
yeah, her mother passed, so it's like who's she learning from?
Otto
Otto.
Hightower,
And also,
the real mother.
to what extent did like, because definitely Otto Hightower influenced on her children
Yes.
to a certain degree, and I think definitely there was like the power dynamics between Viserys, Otto Hightower, Allison when it came to raising these kids was definitely fractured there. Like you didn't know like who to look up to, who to kind of like respect, who to like idolize, or which values to take in. There was this constant power struggle and dynamic.
Yeah, I was gonna say these three entities are pulling at these children.
Yeah, it's like you're tugging at them, and eventually they're gonna go one side, but maybe not completely one side. So it's like definitely. Did Allison influence possibly on them being absolute sociopaths? Sure, likely. Is it all her fault? Nah.
Oh, I think some of that's just birth. That's somebody's got to have that part in them, and from Viserys.
It's a gene. It's inherited.
It skipped Rhaenyra and it went with these Hightower kids.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do we like the fact that Kristen Cole is just really taking a back seat here and not doing anything?
I think it was a welcome sight that I didn't see Kristen Cole for a good amount of this episode. Like nothing against the actor. The actor's doing a wonderful job for me to hate him. It's like
he's just wallowing right now.
But it's like it just shows like kind of like again how pathetic the character is.
He's kicking sand.
You did another mistake. You did another mistake because you suck, dude. And yeah, he just wallows, he runs the other way, and I'm sure he's gonna find someone to project it to.
Oh, he's just ready to go to the next battle because he can't look Allison in the eye.
He wants to distract himself. God knows how, but which likely is just to fight someone and kill someone. But yeah, it's just pathetic character. So I was fine with that.
I feel some sympathy towards him right now. This is the most defeated I think we've ever seen.
No, but actually,
one
thing that Kristen Cole did, which
he spoke up for Allison.
Exactly. He did speak up for Allison, which was like, huh, you do have a pair of balls, man. It's like, but
if you ever want to get back in there.
Oh, maybe that's the only reason why she took it away from him. He's like, well, damn it. So screw him. No,
because last episode, what was it? I think he called Allison by her name, and she was like, I never gave you the permission to call me by my name. And
she said, remember what you did to me back in the council meeting? Yeah, I'm queen. I'm not Allison to you.
Not Allison.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I don't. No sorrow for Kristen Cole.
No sympathy, no sorrow. Again, you reap what you sow, man.
Well, I guess our last little bit with the Greens is the White Worms plot, which was honestly, I say, a simplistic plot, but it worked. It worked to
give them food.
But make sure they know who it's from. They said, you make sure they know who it's from.
Right. Raise that flag.
Mm-hmm. The red dragon on the black flag.
French Revolution, like all over again in Westeros.
I mean, I don't know what other than to create resent towards the Greens. I don't know. I mean, like, these people are rioting in the streets like, where'd you get that? Give me that. Give me that carrot. Get a lettuce? Give me some.
No, that guy was like, yo, where'd you get it? Okay.
He decked him in the face.
And then, he starts hiding it too.
No, but granted, I understand the dude. Obviously, his daughter's super sick. Like, I think any parent would do the same. But it was kind of funny. Like,
if he did that, imagine the 10 other people
Oh no,
down the other
definitely.
way.
You know, no, definitely. There are other people in the same boat as him, but he just said like, "Oh yeah, okay, bye, we go, man."
Well,
And
what's
mind you,
crazy
this
is
is this is after they're seeing like a cart full of sheep go out
Yeah.
to feed dragons. And they're like, we want meat. We want obbies.
We want
That's-
meat. We want protein.
That's not even just feeding a dragon. That's probably dragons. That's probably just feeding Vagar. They say Vagar has to eat the most. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, there's probably not enough sheep to go around. But yes, correct. Like it's adding fuel to their fire.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, again, they're probably punching each other for some broccoli stalk, and they're like, "Long live Rhaenyra!" Fuck.
I like how they're punching each other, saying that stuff instead of like going up against like the knights. Like they would riot naturally against the police force, which is like the knights and whatnot. But they're just fighting each other. Long live Rhaenyra, and they both collide their fists with each other.
Like if the white worm was seeing that, she would be like, "What are you doing?"
Don't fight each other.
It's like the enemy is there.
Some of them understood the assignment.
Yeah, so a good amount understood.
They
There
did.
was some that were just like, "You're not
Now,
yet."
it's still very complicated because yes, Allison and Helena are out and about at the Sept, and God, I think they might have been safer in the Sept. Like,
Yeah, it's like we have to leave. Let's put them where the crowd is.
it's the Queen and the Queen down with you. Get them.
It's like I'm kind of curious. Are you telling me there is no secret passage in that sept?
Not that they know.
None.
Damn.
Because secret
Okay,
passages are forbidden in the religion of the Seven.
That's wow. That is a flaw. But
Actually, no. There's definitely secret passages. Cersei blew it up, so there's definitely
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
yeah, it's like
It wasn't
I'm-
discovered yet.
wasn't discovered. It's like aha. You're
Yeah, they need a better escape route because yeah, that was terrible. And then oh my gosh, I'm like some of these Kingsguard. I think I would be like, hand in your sword. The fact that dude was able to touch Allison, I was like,
what are you doing?
He broke through the line.
hell no. This dude like scooted off to the side, and no one saw him
Because they're
after.
pushing everyone else back. There's like a mass
Hell
hysteria
no.
of people.
Hell no. And then the moment he touched her, I was like, oh, he's losing that.
It's gotta go.
It's gotta go.
Oh.
And then, but look at Allison trying to be a good. Sheath your swords. And what? Just take it.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, like in a cartoon moment, just like, huh, and everyone's just like standing there, get her, and then they just go off. That pause. But yeah, it was like, that's his hand's already cut off, dude. Like Allison, so it's like the damage is done. Run.
I mean, if anything worse had happened to them, I doubt you'd be saying sheath your swords. Like I get it. She's trying to keep the peace and not add any more, fan the flames,
Mm.
But they easily could have been killed in that situation.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
they
like that was
could've.
just wow. The Kingsguard, they really suck. It's like they're just bad. They're just stupid.
Also, I guess no one's paying attention. Like nobody, like, how did word not?
It all stems from leadership. Kristen Cole.
Well, yes, for Kingsguard, yes, but I'm thinking like, how did word not get back to like the keep, saying, hey, they got Rhaenyra sent food to the bay.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Wasn't
that.
this
It's like-
happening at the same time? I thought that's what was going on.
I don't know. I know they found it. They said in the middle of the night the ships arrived.
Right. And then like the hysteria of people grabbing it was during the daytime. So I thought they went to the keep at the same time.
Well, unless because there were a lot of boats.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good amount of
So
boats.
it is very possible that more boats kept on arriving.
Yeah.
So I think that's not far-fetched.
Yeah. That whole situation was just funny. Like, I don't know what that guy was thinking, like grabbing Allison's arm. Like, what were you gonna accomplish?
Feed me.
Feed me.
Yeah.
She's like, the food is that way. It's in the boat.
I don't have food. You want to eat me? Oh man. Oi, Pippin, here's some fish. Throw it at her.
It's like here. It's like the fish. Here is food. I am hungry. What will I do with it? Eat it or throw?
I had to assume it was rotten fish.
I am.
They had to make a statement. They had to make a statement.
But it was like, you're starving. What are you doing?
At least they didn't throw like bread or like
That is.
I don't know, more edible item, carrots.
The only thing that was missing from this entire moment was for Allison to say, "Let them eat cake," like Marie Antoinette. That's the only thing that was missing.
Oh well, funny enough, I think the showrunners were actually inspired by that whole ordeal.
Yeah, like this was like it was. I saw it.
It was definitely a let them eat.
It's a revolution.
Moment.
It's a
Yeah,
revolution.
there's the French Revolution.
Right. It's any revolution. Again, the rioting is the voice of the oppressors. So, I'm sorry, of the oppressed.
Yeah,
the
wow.
Oppressors. Oh
Like,
my.
What are you
You've been
doing?
problematic all night. Jeez.
Right.
Please don't cancel us.
If the idea is for this civil unrest to just, spark more support towards Rhaenyra, it's working. But other than that, I think there's a bigger plan to come about from this. So I'm waiting. I guess we're waiting for that. My serious big plan. My serious 11. We'll see what happens here. I think that's it for the greens.
Yeah.
We briefly mentioned Hugh was part of this mix, trying to get some food, and Ulf. We saw Ulf also complaining about the fish. That is it from those two. And as Dr. Rika would like to point out, the Dragon Rider. We'll come back to the Dragon Riders bit, but she keeps saying them. I don't see how yet. I don't see how. But let's check in with some of our other third parties before we check in with Team Black. The Hull brothers. We'll get the Hull brothers again. We'll come back to the finale of this episode, but do you like the Hull brothers? Did you see him shaving the white hairs on his head?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the carrot soup to make a return, so I don't care until they do that.
Wow, so that's what you care about. You don't like the fact that the sea snake would rather see Driftmark be taken by the tides before he names them sons?
They left me on a cliffhanger, man. I need them to adapt whatever the hell that soup was in episode 1. Because otherwise,
so irrelevant.
I don't care about them. This is what I'm talking about when I'm like, I am bored.
You're about to care about them. We'll come back to why you're about to care about them, but you will. You will. And I bet you the sea snake gonna claim them then.
We'll see.
But yeah, it was very quick with the Hall brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I agree with Dr. Jace. I'm not as invested in the Hull brothers, I think, as I would like to be.
And
Hopefully-
how shameful
hopefully
is it to say, oh, give them a dragon, now they're relevant? Like,
Yeah.
No, what it is
This is the typical power up they give a character to make them kind of relevant. But
no, what it is we've been spoiled. We were spoiled with their relevant significance versus it would have been, when what eventually happens, at least with one of them. I don't know about the other one, but this would have hit bigger if we didn't have an idea of what was going on.
Yeah.
But we had an idea. We had an idea. It would have been okay. Come on. All right, we'll come back to it.
I think it would have been no different, but sure.
All right, let's real quick before we do Team Black. I wanted to put him under Team Black, but I just can't anymore. Let's check in with the 99 haunts of Daemon Targaryen. We're on hunt haunt number 276, his Viserys quest. Y'all say you're not fans of the haunts? You're over the haunts?
No, it's like
They're too long.
I understand the haunts. I know they're relevant, but they've been dragged out.
If he does not come out of this a completely changed person, this would have been the biggest waste of time in the whole. This is the Frenchie bit from The Boys season 4. This whole thing with Damon having this little side quest with the nightmares, and you're thinking, okay, this is gonna be a big payoff. He's gonna come back in, and he's gonna be a changed man for Rhaenyra. And little did you know, it's lasting. This is the entire damn season that this is lasting.
It's his journey quest. It's his vision quest. He needs this.
I admit he needs it. He does, but at the cost of engaging storylines, I don't know. I
think it's definitely needed. The hauntings, definitely they explore Damon's insecurities and so forth, and they're doing so in a nice way because they're well written. Don't get me wrong, but it's just too long. I think, and I don't think that they're over. That's the.
They're not over. Yeah, no.
So that's because let's say if it culminated in this episode, the hauntings, I would have been like, okay, I'm fine.
Well, I think it might be over.
I don't think so.
They covered all Damon's demons that I can think of.
At least I didn't. Hopefully you're right. I really hope you're right, and I hope that I'm wrong. But I didn't get the sense that they're over.
Well, here's what we've been building with. We first were with his wives, young Rhaenyra, Laena, and then we even got a little bit of Aemond when he was chasing the ghost of Aemond. That was the first couple haunts. Second round was Laena again, but and young Rhaenyra too, but then his mother introduced to the fray, and now we got Viserys. I feel that if there's any other haunts, which Viserys, it was cool to have Patty come back.
I like seeing him.
Yes, same, and not decrepit Patty, like
no Chad Patty.
And I think because the hauntings have been so long, by any chance, has he tackled like the Jaehaerys, the kid that he killed, and also?
Oh no, he hasn't. So
that's
a good one.
Wait, the young Rhaenyra,
adult Rhaenyra.
Young Rhaenyra was stitching the head of Jaehaerys.
Oh,
in the
correct.
First
You're
one.
right. Yep.
And
you're right.
and I was thinking that the last haunting he's probably gonna have is adult Rhaenyra.
Adult Rhaenyra.
Because I feel like that's two different things he had to overcome. Two different Rhaenyras, but two different problems he had to overcome. Young Rhaenyra was him getting over the fact that she was named heir to the throne over him, and then with adult Rhaenyra is coming to terms with he's now the husband of the person that is the king and can or is the queen of the throne, and can he just give that up? Can he just actually let her be the one to sit on power?
And I think it's gonna go definitely because he touched it upon this episode, right? When Viserys is mourning his wife, and he is comforting Viserys, something he didn't do in real life. And it's like he's saying, "I am here for you now." And I think definitely that is going to play a role in the sense that he's gonna be with Rhaenyra. I wasn't there for your dad, but I can be there for you. It's like I like that in that sense. It's like I wasn't present. I was, kind of sulking about my lost heritage, as you said, and all that. But now I have the opportunity to be here for you, and I'm gonna be here for you.
And I also think his last big haunt will be himself. It'll be Rhaenyra.
Oh, it'll be
himself.
But is he's gonna see like a clone of himself? Like
he's gonna look himself. Yeah, he's gonna be looking at himself.
Daemon versus anti-Daemon.
Or yeah,
Anti-hate.
literally, and be like, "Who are you? And what do you want?" I think that's a bit. I mean, I guess we're gonna keep having these haunts because everything in the Riverlands is relatively also at a stalemate. Nothing's moving. The Riverlands suck, apparently.
Riverlands truly suck, but here comes the MVP.
Okay, I when I heard this, I was like, So the old man Tully is finally dead, and when Simon Strong said, "Yeah, we even sent Alice Rivers,"
and he's like, "Yes."
He asked for her counsel, and she's giving it to him. And I don't know, seems like she has some skin in the game here if she's willing to.
Because he's like, I can't do anything. Yeah, you're right. Daemon Targaryen cannot do anything. Give me 3 days. Give me 3 days.
With my little owl.
And you'll get some news. The tides will turn in 3 days.
Oh, was that the 3 days tides that she was talking about?
I think that's the 3 days. She was
wow.
like, 3 days the tides will turn. Okay.
She's a witch. She's a witch, Cedric.
She's the freaking MVP. Like, if Rhaenyra wins this war, it's like Alice Rivers. She's the MVP.
I mean, if all it took was killing off this old man Tully to let little boy Tully be in charge, I guess. I don't know what was. I don't really know what the problem is in the Riverlands.
They hate each other. They all hate each other.
Other than that, but like, why the old man Tully wasn't ready to side with Rhaenyra, or maybe he was just so like in his dying state that he couldn't. And then I know the Brackens in the Blackwoods are running around raiding and not really helping the situation. Granted, Daemon told them to do that. So I guess this looks like it's coming finally to a relatively conclusion.
All it needed was a witch to come in and say, well, I'm gonna do what no man can do. Go in, kill this guy. You're welcome. Like, y'all have been dilly-dallying for quite a bit. You're haunted by nightmares. You're not sleeping. You're crazy as hell. I'ma take the reins here.
We shall see. Because everybody's coming for the Riverlands.
Because that's where the war will be won.
Yeah, it will be a huge deciding factor. All right. That's it for our third parties. Let's check in with Team Black. Now, Team Black's story is very condensed. They are running with their mad thought from last week's ending. Let's find some dragon riders. And we got our first trial run with this idea. Sir Stefan Darklin.
Poor guy, man.
Who his grandmother's grandmother, I think, was a Targaryen or something.
Mm-hmm.
I knew his ass was not getting on a dragon. I knew just the way he carried himself. I'm like, no, you're not gonna be one of them.
It's like, you're too nice.
Oh, hold up now. I think he came with a good mindset.
He was very positive. He was very confident in him.
He said, "Gods."
They all got. See, no, you can't do it like that. You got to look at him as equal standing. Once he revered, it was the way he carried himself, the way he revered them as gods. Like, they are gods. We are just men. We are just human. I'm like, no. You see, a dragon's gonna see your ass and think you're a punk, and then flame it. No, it's not gonna happen. The way he walked, the way he talked, I'm like, no, it's not happening.
Now, hold up. Is Sea Smoke not to be blamed here? Because
absolutely
Sea Smoke was
not
playing around.
Sea
Smoke was playing.
Yeah.
Sea Smoke said, "Come on, get on, come on."
I'm glad he did. Sea Smoke said, "Let me see if you dare even step near me." Go ahead.
C Smoke said, let me see if you about to get this smoke. Come on.
Y'all think those 2 sticks are gonna stop me? Whatever those 2 sticks are that you're doing to the side? No, it's not.
C Smoke said, you want to put this man on me?
No, C Smoke was like, okay. Say what again? Say what again? How dare you? I double dare you. Come here. Pop him. Right there.
C Smoke did not need to do all this.
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did.
C Smoke be doing the most. This was the most.
It needed to happen.
What a tease. Like, C Smoke was such a tease. It's like, here, come on. I know you. Psych! You just got played.
This is
Good.
not cool. This was not cool, C Smoke. That was one of her good nights.
Doesn't
You don't
matter.
care.
Doesn't
Clearly,
matter.
he doesn't care because then he ran off. He said, you know what? I'll find my own goddamn dragon rider. He said, y'all suck at this. I'll take care. I got this. I'll do it. I'll do it myself. Fine. Oh, Thanos, fine. I'll do it myself.
Gross.
But no, it was good because, you know, it makes Rhaenyra lose her spirit again. Yeah. Like it just, things are not going right in her mind in this conquest of reclaiming her inheritance. Just nothing seems to be working. Everybody keeps questioning her. Nothing is good enough.
I think it's interesting, like because you're saying this, and I think it's just an observation of like the season overall. It's, if you notice, I think a lot of the characters, it's like they're being questioned, right? Like Daemon's being questioned like constantly, obviously because of by Rhaenyra and like by everything around them because of, you know, what's going on. Rhaenyra is also being questioned by her authority. Then you can even go to the Greens and you see Aegon has been questioned his authority now, currently even more, right? Because of what's going on. Aemond himself is being questioned by his authority, just only with Vhagar being kind of like his kind of piece of fear. That's why people don't go. And Alicent is being questioned. Otto Hightower was questioned and he's out of there. You know, I think a lot of the big players in this season have been questioned in their abilities and their power, if they will be able to deliver their right for the job at different points in the season. And I think it's kind of like you have to break the diamond in the rough to kind of like, you know, get the true diamond out. I think definitely that's a thing with a lot of characters in this season.
I don't disagree with that. I think the best read of this idea that you're speaking of is Mysaria coming up to her, and as we called it, Rhaenyra's secret council. Funny enough, they said they called it something similar in the post credits. I was like, oh, we did that first. They took our words. Rhaenyra is just really steadfast, and honestly, that was the best way to describe it. You know, she tried to find a peaceful resolution. Yeah. You know, she tried her best not to send the dragons. And, you know, she's not, you know, she could be dumb and go out on Cyrax and just go do whatever. She's not. She's listening to folks like Mysaria who are actually really listening to her and where kind of her mind is at. And again, it is definitely in part because they are indeed both women who live in this patriarchal society where a leadership voice coming from a woman ain't no way. That's not right. We can't adhere to that. You know, they don't know the difference between a hilt and a feeble. But look, Mysaria's plan is working.
Yeah.
You know, and the Dragon Rider thought is not a bad idea. That's a great idea.
It's their only idea.
technically. But I imagine once this idea works, it should be in the bag, I would think. But I didn't see this part coming.
I saw this part coming.
I think I saw someone say something on Twitter about it, but this was like early in the day today, and I was like, I paid it no mind. Rhaenyra and Massaria, ooh,
It's over.
Look what Damon did. This is Damon's fault.
Will she take Damon back at this point? If he comes riding in to save the day? I don't think so.
Like, Damon, like, not only did you lose your throne, you lost your woman now.
Woman, let me be your woman. That's what Massaria said to her.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what? I'm like, yeah, he knocked, but damn, he still just ran in. That was rude.
Oh, the night. Oh my god.
Yeah. The night when
he's like,
it was
you
urgent.
weren't doing anything.
agree.
That was kind of funny. I like how he didn't question anything.
He didn't see it.
They were just like,
He didn't see it, but the way they pulled away and how they were frozen, like
she knew. She knew. If he saw it, I think she'd be in trouble. Like, you know, like, I think there's a bad thing about that. Even in Westeros, they're homophobes.
you know,
That's funny.
Is it funny? Now they can't love each other. But also because of her position of power.
Right. It'd be inappropriate. She cannot do that.
Game of Thrones has gone woke.
it's like, did you not see the first season? Like the first.
Have you not seen?
Did you
any
see
of Game of
Did you ever
Thrones?
see Game of Thrones in general?
Did you ever see Game of Thrones?
My mother, my father.
Wait, what is that? My mother, what is that?
Oh, the mountain against Pedro Pascal's character.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes. You come too. Right.
Oh man.
Renly Baratheon,
Wow. Yeah.
Loras Tyrell.
True.
I'm sure there are more. Yeah. They've been doing this.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing new.
Game of Thrones is woke and will be woke.
What's her name? Lady Olenna Tyrell said something too. She said something like, yes, I know my son likes to play with swords and swords or something. So that's a thing. We'll pause on what the knight had to say real quick. Let's check in real quick with Rhaena up in the Eyrie, in the Vale. Do you remember what a dragon feeding little area looks like?
Not really.
Well, do you know how they like their food? Burnt. They cook their food. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you see all that scorch marks and bones, that's them cooking. So there is a wild dragon out in the Vale. I'm not sure which dragon this is. I don't think we've heard this name. What do you think Rhaena's gonna do about it?
Claim it. Tame it. I don't know.
No, be the rider. She hasn't found a dragon. She hasn't found a dragon yet.
And Vermithor and Silverwing did not take to her.
Yep.
Right.
Could this be hers?
It could
Could
be.
this be the one? I don't know the name of this one, but it sounds like it's pretty big. They said there's rumors. You'd see a dragon, lady.
The scorch marks on the the grass aren't a
That's
dead
not a
giveaway.
rumor. Right, that's proof. That's not no rumor.
It was a lion that did that.
There's a lion. Dude.
Exactly.
Do you see where the lion chose to burn a medium with an internal temperature of 325 degrees on this part of the lamb? A lion did that.
They're capable.
Dumb. Rhaena's time is coming. And I bet you that dragon will be a formidable dragon. Did they use the word formidable? I think they did.
Listen, my eyes were closed in this entire scene.
You don't care about anything, huh? You didn't even see the little dragons.
I saw the baby dragons and the little kids playing with the baby dragons, but let me tell you, when they started yapping, I was like, nope. Go back to Rhaenyra. Go back to Alicent. Do something else. I don't care for this.
You don't care about Rhaena, huh?
She's not doing anything interesting until she gets on a dragon.
Wow. So she's just nothing. She's nothing to you.
She's just sitting there playing with baby dragons.
Wow. She wants to be useful is what she wants.
Now, I'm sure she will be soon once she gets on that dragon.
Just not yet.
She's only as good as a dragon, huh?
Correct.
Well, speaking of dragons and claiming dragons and being a rider, we check in with Adam Hall. Not the first time he has seen Sea Smoke flying about. But again, Sea Smoke reached that point where he's like, you know what? I'm just going to pick the next motherfucker that I see. Hey, you with the face.
He's just like, ooh, what do we have here?
It's like it's like a Pokemon trainer going after its Pokemon, but in reverse.
I choose you.
That'd be interesting. Digimon claimed their little people. They're Digidestined.
Oh, so they choose the trainer?
Actually, I don't know if they choose.
Oh God, just
Yu-Gi-Oh cards choose their master.
shut up. No, so stop.
Bit Beast and Beyblade claim their masters.
Oh my god.
In Metabots, the bots choose their human counterparts. Shut up. In Shaman King, the ghosts choose their shaman. Jesus.
You're Adam Hall, and you're running around from this dragon who, for all intents and purposes that you are aware of, he's just trying to eat you. What do you do in this situation?
I don't go into an open clearing. That's one
Which he
thing.
did not.
He did. He was running through the forest, and I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. You're safe. Stay in the trees. He goes into the big-ass opening in that forest, wherever the hell he was, and I'm like, oh, okay, no. If this thing decides to eat you, you deserve it. You really deserve it. But it turns out that wasn't the case here, but he had it coming at that point. Quit being dumb. Hide in the trees. Jesus.
Dr. Mondo, if a dragon, and maybe, I mean, you have no idea with regards to the rulings of what it means to claim a dragon. What do you do in this situation?
Bruh, I would have run the fuck away. It's like, you want me to be a writer? I don't know, dude. You're gonna fry me here. You're gonna rotisserie me here. It's like I'm going the other freaking way. I don't give a damn about the etiquette of Dragon Rider, whatever. Nah, you ain't rotisserie me.
Fair enough. I think this is a normal reaction that Adam Hall gave here. But Sea Smoke said, yeah, he said, I choose you. He said, I choose you.
I choose you.
He's like, choose me for what? To be my rider, bitch. Get on.
Is the dragon voiced by Chris Tucker?
Hold up, Chris. Oh, wait, Chris Tucker. I was about to do Chris Rock. I can't do Chris Tucker.
You could do fine, Chris Rock. Go ahead.
Let me tell you, they're trying to put a white man on my back, and I said, "Fuck that! I only need brothers."
Oh,
Get your dread-headed ass on here.
terrible.
I'm losing my finger licking mine.
Terrible.
Actually, that could be a bit.
Go ahead, do the voiceover for Sea Smoke as Chris Rock from now on.
So we want Chris Rock to be Sea Smoke.
You could do Chris Rock. I'll do Chris Tucker.
For who?
I don't know. I'll find someone else.
The next dragon?
The next dragon.
Maybe
Sure.
Raina's dragon is gonna be Chris Tucker.
So hold up. If they're black,
Syraxes? Or is that
no.
Raina.
Raina.
Oh,
is
Raina's dragon.
We don't know
Raina's
who
dragon.
she's gonna be riding.
Okay.
Yeah, remember she's only useful when she has a dragon.
What are we saying? Are we saying only black actors can be? If the dragon rider is black, it's a black voiced dragon.
You know what's funny? I feel like all of them should be voiced by black actors or actresses. I don't know why. I feel like it'll be like a funny trend. Like you get your Chris Tucker, your Chris Rock, your Eddie Murphy.
Who's Vagar? Who's Vagar?
Oh, Vagar's tough. Oh no, the Queen
one for
Mother,
Vagar.
the Queen Mother herself.
Say it on three. Say it on three. 1,
2,
2,
3.
3.
Angela.
Oh! Angela Bassett's good too.
Fine.
That's good.
I my second choice was gonna be Viola Davis. I was thinking like, oh, he's probably gonna say Viola because of a V, but fine.
I didn't even think about the V. I
Fine,
just
Viola
about...
Davis. Give it to her. Give it to her. I think she's older than Angela.
No, Angela I think is older.
Oh God. Just V for Vagar. There, she claimed it.
Okay. This is terrible. I can't believe we're doing this. I don't know. Make Chloe and Halle be the dragons for Bela and Raina. Sister. Tia and
Tamara Mowry. There we go.
So Tia plays Moon Dancer. Tamara will play whoever Raina rides.
Correct.
All right, who's Caraxes? That with that long neck. This is dumb. I can't believe we're doing this.
All I said was Chris Tucker voicing Sea Smoke.
Who's Caraxes?
Who do you want to be Caraxes? Is Caraxes female or male? Female?
Male. Caraxes is male.
Male. Goodness, his name. Terry Crews. There.
Oh, what?
You didn't think of anyone.
I was deferring to you.
Listen, my joke ended with Chris Tucker voicing Sea Smoke, and then you wanted to make this whole bit with let's go through all the dragons. Who was Maylease? R.I.P.
Fine. Who's Maylease? Who's Maylease?
And she's gone. It doesn't matter. She's gone.
Tiffany Haddish.
Sure. Fine. Buried.
Okay. Yeah. Terrible. So yeah. My queen. Sea Smoke has been spotted over this town, and as a rider, it's too high. We don't know who it is.
And off she goes.
Yeah, off she goes. She said, "I'm gonna find out. Fuck around and find out." I mean, they were worried about it being the Greens.
I think they're just worried about who, like, they're worried about anyone that's on there that's not someone that she put, because it could just be like a lunatic that's that claimed Sea Smoke. So that's why
Sea Smoke claimed them though.
Right. But she doesn't know that yet.
Right.
So she's like, I gotta check this person and make sure they're on my side, whoever they are.
Yeah, because she's over here like, ain't no way my idea worked for somebody else.
Right.
who's not on my side,
Right.
then people would be mad at her. They'd be coming for her head if that happened. If the Greens got Sea Smoke, I think her council would have left.
Oh yeah.
They said, that's it. It's a wrap.
A joke.
We're done. Give it
Go
to the
Green.
Greens. But a great cliffhanger, I would say. Once you see that your idea works, you're probably going to really try to run with it. So, let's not get too much into the preview, but we only have 2 episodes left. And typically, remember, the penultimate episode of any Game of Thrones seasons is pretty big, pretty substantial.
Pretty big, pretty substantial, action-packed, or let's say a lot of things unfold in
Right.
episodes, be it intrigue or be it action-wise.
Right. Season 1, episode 9, the penultimate was the Green Council. So when they put Aegon on the throne and, Meleys, the beast beneath the floorboards, all that happened. Not sure what will happen here. Nonetheless excited, though. Nonetheless. We love seeing a brother on a dragon.
Sure. I guess.
You just mad because y'all missed your chance with Oberyn Martell.
Who?
You ain't never... Oberyn.
Don't know her.
Oberyn. Pedro Pascal.
Oh. What do you
You'll
mean
never
y'all missed your chance?
Y'all will never see a Latino on a dragon.
Wow, problematic.
Wow. It's fine. We'll come back.
Will you?
Sí, cabrón.
Any final thoughts on episode 6, The Smallfolk?
I thought it was a good episode. I have my thoughts, right? I don't think it's perfect by any means, this episode and the season, but overall, really good. I'm really enjoying it. It has me on the edge of my seat. I think 9 out of 10 times it has me on the edge of my seat. So I'm definitely giving this high scores. I'm very excited over the next episode and the finale as well. So I'm excited for the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's leading to something crazy happening. I know Otto Hightower is gonna come in with the Infinity Gauntlet.
He's gonna come in guns blazing.
Fine, I guess I'll do this myself. I need him back. I need him to come back. But
we missed you, Otto Hightower.
we'll see what he does. But I'm excited for the penultimate episode to see what happens. Hopefully Daemon stops with this nonsense, his existential crisis.
Yeah, I think
to end.
That's my biggest gripe. It's just going on too long.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Overall, it was a good episode. Yeah, it was good.
Well said. Yeah, no, definitely. We needed time to grieve Rhaenys and Meleys. I think the grieving has finally come to an end. The haunting hopefully has come to an end. We'll see come next week. But I think a lot of our payoffs are going to be happening. So I think a lot of people will be happy to see these payoffs. And obviously, the way the series is moving, you may just get your war sooner than later. So yeah, no, I'm here for the ride. But with that said, that is it from us here at the Yonko table, covering episode 6, The Smallfolk of season 2 of House of the Dragon. Thank you for listening and supporting us on all your various podcast stations: Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Thank you for all your support on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube with Dr. Jace Attorney. And of course, if you ever want to sound off with us, please click the link below and join the Discord. Dr. Mondo will rip you a new one if you have something good to say about the Acolyte. Dr. Jace will talk your ear off about My Hero, which Dr. Mondo also could rip your ear off about that. And I'm here to give you nothing but positive praises for sharing your thoughts. But that is it from us here at the Yonko table. I'm your Yonko host, Grand Maester Hoop of House Valarian. Who else is here? Dr. Jace Attorney of House Martell, and of course, Dr. Mondo of House. Hold up. House Greyjoy.
Oh wow!
Aw, damn.
Wow!
Come on.
What's wrong with Greyjoy?
No, you sat on that
Oh.
for a minute. You're like, I know what I'm gonna give him.
Oh,
I was just trying to think of a
no.
non-boring one.
I
No.
prefer the Night's Watch. And that's
Whoa, been a Greyjoy?
A Greyjoy?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's a little extreme.
No.
no.
You said I'll take the black before I'll be celibate before I take the name of Greyjoy.
Hell
Yeah,
yes.
I'll take the black instead of those freaking squids. No.
Wow. Okay.
Correct.
This is enough Greyjoy hate for tonight. This is terrible. I thought we moved past this. Cut the show. Cut the show.